Chair, thank you very much. I know we're behind time, but this is too special an occasion to rush, and I'm grateful for your forbearance. Well, what can you say about Carole Doherty that hasn't already been said? I'll try my best in just a few minutes. But Carole was raised in Tenby, North Wales, and quickly involved herself in the youth movement. Even at an early age, Carole soon found herself in a bit of bother, but why we're surprised, when she managed to spill a jug of water over the head of the then Prime Minister Ted Heath when she tripped over some stairs during the World Youth Festival. Nothing like a great start, is there, Carole? Carole's first job was as a youth worker in Watford, where celebrities at the time such as Wham, you remember them, John Conte, the boxer, and John Barnes, the famous footballer, were supporters of the charity where Carole worked. She found herself heading northwards and got a job working for Stonham Housing. She tells me that she phoned the local probation service saying that she knew there were no vacancies on offer, but she was bloody good and they should give her a chance. Unsurprisingly, that's where she went next. She worked for probation, and Carole went on to be the first PSO to successfully complete training on sex offender programs. So she was a pioneer in that regard as well. This signalled the start of a career spanning 25 years in probation and public service, and one that is highly distinguished. Well, I'm sure that Carole will want to share a story or two of her own shortly, but it's hard to figure that anyone would ever want to make a complaint about Carole. But hey, it happens sometimes. Carole tells me that one particular client, having benefited from a sex offender treatment program that Carole was delivering, proceeded to lodge his grievance on the basis that the way in which the tutor had delivered the program had directly caused him to lose his libido. Yes, you heard that right. You couldn't make it up, could you? Well, look, I won't speculate on the methodology that was employed in the investigation that followed, or the result. I'm guessing the case simply didn't stand up. Carole's work for Napo members has been outstanding, and she has been a tenacious advocate on behalf of public safety and the need for high-quality interventions for clients convicted of sex offending and domestic violence. Carole is also an expert in the mysteries of job evaluation and has carried the torch for Napo in this field of work for many, many years. Well, Carole isn't ready to retire just yet, and she's exploring ways in which her considerable expertise can be put to good use in a future role. Carole, let me say that working with you has been quite an experience, and we will miss your enthusiasm, your dedication, and your wise counsel. You have served this union and its members with distinction, and as is customary, I'd like to present you with a gift that we hope you will treasure in the many years to come. Thank you, Carole.
I've got a stick if you want.
You and me both.
Right, okay. I've got very quiet behind me.
Thank you. Right, conference. There is nothing in the timetable for me to speak, but I said I'm going to, and it will take as long as it can, so please bear with me. So, as I step down as Napo's Vice Chair, I do so with a huge sense of gratitude, pride, humility, and sadness. It has been an honour and a privilege to represent the people who protect the public every single day, to stand beside you through extraordinary challenges, and to fight together for the fair and safe probation service that staff and communities deserve, and for those in Kafkas who give our children a voice. When I first took on this role, I never imagined the scale of what was to come. It was lockdown. And during the pandemic, when I was serving as health and safety lead, I was once accused, quite memorably, of trying to make probation the most protected part of the civil service. How dare I? And you know what? I'll happily own that, because during that time, protecting staff was protecting the service, making sure people had PPE, safe workplaces, proper risk assessments, and the right to say, this isn't safe. It wasn't bureaucracy. It was leadership, compassion, and common sense. We fought for that together, and it saved lives. Thank you. Since then, I've also been called tenacious, relentless, and even bloody stubborn. I'll take those as compliments, because if we're not tenacious when fighting for our members, when defending, for example, the specialist sex offender teams, when challenging poor decisions that put staff and the public at risk, then what are we doing here? These past years have tested us all. The constant change, the underfunding, the lack of meaningful pay offers, the constant restructuring, and the legacy of transforming rehabilitation have left deep scars. And yet, despite it all, probation staff continue to show remarkable professionalism, compassion, and resilience. You are the quiet heroes of public protection. You carry the weight of risk, trauma, and uncertainty, and you do it with compassion, skill, and humanity. And whether you're a probation officer managing impossible caseloads, a program facilitator guiding change, an unpaid work supervisor leading groups in the community, a residential worker supporting transition back into the community, a court report writer building a fair picture on an individual, and a manager balancing the many needs of your team, or an administrator holding everything together behind the scenes, you're the backbone of this service. And apologies for the groups of people I've left out, but you're all included. And you've done it all in spite of the system, not because of it, in spite of endless restructures, in spite of poor decision making. And yes, TR, we're still looking at you. In spite of the never-ending transformations, policy reversals, and the absence of a meaningful pay offer, but still you show up, still you care, still you protect, rehabilitate, and give hope, and find hope in people that others have given up on. You are, without question, the quiet heroes of public protection, as are our Kafkas comrades who work tirelessly to ensure the voice, needs, and safety of children are at the heart of every family court decision, and advocating tirelessly for the children's best interests. Comrades, that takes courage, that takes heart, and it takes a deep belief in people's capacity to change, in communities' ability to heal, and in justice that puts humanity at its centre. Napo has been there beside you through every twist and turn, challenging unsafe practices, holding the employer to account, and making sure the voices of frontline practitioners are heard at national level. We've reminded decision makers again and again that probation isn't just a process, it's a profession built on skill, courage, and integrity. But as I step down, I must also speak honestly about what I believe is the biggest threat now facing probation, our continued place within the civil service. Being part of the civil service has stripped probation of its professional identity, soul, independence, and voice. It has buried a specialist profession under layers of bureaucracy and generic policies that were never designed for frontline, community-based public protection work. We are governed by structures that do not appear to understand the unique risks, ethics, and relational work that underpins effective rehabilitation. We are not civil servants. We are public safety professionals trained to assess risk, deliver interventions and make complex human decisions that can mean the difference between life and death. Our future must not be dictated by those who see us as a line in a spreadsheet or a branch HR policy, and that's why Napo must lead the charge to bring probation out of the civil service. Napo has the experience, the voice, and the moral authority to drive this campaign. We must keep pressing the Minister, the Chief Probation Officer, and the wider justice sector to recognise that independence is not an aspiration, it is a necessity if probation is to survive. And yet, amid all the challenges there are small glimmers of hope. My glass is always half full, by the way. The Probation Directorate is slowly expanding. The recent inclusion of accredited programmes within its scope is a small but significant step towards rebuilding a coherent professional structure that understands what works. It shows that even in a system that often feels disconnected, there are still people fighting to bring practice, evidence, and professionalism back to its roots and where it belongs. And then that brings me to what matters most, our future. Our work is far from done. The future of this service and of our union depends on you. We need new members to join and more colleagues to step up and train as reps. We need passionate, brave people who continue to speak out, question decisions and demand respect for our profession. Napo is only as strong as the people within it, and that means we need you, every single one of you, to stay involved, stay active, keep building this movement. We need new members to join, and we need more of you as reps. Being a rep isn't just about attending meetings, it's about making a difference. Being a rep isn't about power, it's about purpose. It's about standing up for what's right, ensuring fairness and safety at work, and being part of a collective voice that refuses to be silenced. Being a rep isn't easy, but it is one of the most powerful things you can do. You become the voice for fairness, for safety, for dignity at work, and you become part of a movement that says, we will not stand by while our service is dismantled, undervalued, or ignored. So thank you for letting me be part of this extraordinary union, one that has never lost sight of its purpose, even in the darkest of times. Keep going, keep fighting, keep looking after each other, and never forget, you are the heart of probation, and you are what makes this service worth defending. Thank you, comrades, for your friendship and solidarity.